Hi, I'm Steve Ferrell, and welcome to the 30-Day Meditation Challenge. If you're new to this page, I suggest that you hit the subscribe button so that you can stay on board with all of the videos that we begin to offer through time. In the meditation that we'll be doing today, this will be a chanting meditation. As a setup for this meditation, what we'll be chanting on are known as the chakras, or sometimes in North America we'll call them chakras. Right? Chakras is actually the more proper pronunciation, but we need not be sticklers with pronunciation all the time. For those of you that might not be familiar with the chakras, the idea of the chakras is that there are 7 primary that rest within the pelvis and along the spinal column and end off not necessarily at the top of the head, but just above the top of the head. Okay. These areas are described as almost like junction points in between what we might call the physical body and the energetic body. Right? Or in yoga speak, the physical body being known as annamaya kosha and the energetic body being known as pranamaya kosha. Right? And it's known that the chakras are sort of these sections where physical body meets energetic body. The idea is that we can tap into these centers to help both, not only the energetic fluid motion of what's happening more internally, but also beginning to possibly affect physical bodies. The sections that we'll be focusing on as a reference point for when we get into this meditation, as far as the chakras are concerned, the first chakra, also known as the root chakra, sits at the base of the pelvis. Right? Almost at the bottom of the tailbone, or for those of us that are familiar with the pelvic floor, this would be the area of the first chakra. Okay? The area of the second chakra, known as the Sacral Chakra, sits around the area of the sacrum. Right? For those of you that are unfamiliar with the sacrum, it's this large inverted triangular bone that sits in between both hip bones. The third chakra, right, is the abdomen, right, and the low back. Right? Again, remembering that the idea of the chakras is that they sit along the spinal column, but that they radiate out in all directions. So again, the third chakra being that of the abdomen, fourth chakra being that of the chest or the heart, sometimes known as the heart chakra. Our fifth chakra sitting around the area of the neck and the throat. Our sixth chakra sitting at the area between the eyebrows, sometimes called the third eye. And then the final chakra, the seventh chakra, sitting, again, not at the top of the head, but usually described as sitting just above the head. Theoretically or philosophically, this is how the individual self makes contact with what we might call the cosmic self or the universe around us. As we go through each chakra and we chant, what we'll be chanting are known as seed syllables, S-E-E-D. These seed syllables are as follows. For chakra number 1, the seed syllable will be lum, and it will sound like this. Lum. The second chakra, the sacral chakra, the seed syllable will be vam. Right? It sounds something like this. Vam. Our third chakra will be ram. Right? Fourth chakra will be yam. Fifth chakra, hum. Sixth chakra, sham. And seventh chakra, om. In this particular practice, we'll be chanting up each chakra for an extended period of time, maybe 30 seconds to a minute each. We'll go all the way up to the top, and then we're going to chant our way back down. Okay. As we chant, a bell will go off to signify us to move from one chakra to the next. Okay. At the same time, I'll be cueing the movement to the next chakra, so you don't have to worry about paying too much attention for a bell as to when to switch. Okay. Also noting that as you chant, we're really not trying to make the voice anything in particular. Instead, We'll do our best to keep our attention on the area associated with said chakra. So again, the pelvic floor, the sacrum, the solar plexus, the chest, the throat, the third eye, and the top of the head, right? Or the space above the top of the head. And we'll chant the seed syllables and just try to notice what begins to happen. And so along the way, it might turn out that with one chakra, your chant is more full of volume, the voice sounds smoother, and then you might get to a chakra that the voice sounds a little bit more harsh, or the breath tends to be a little bit more shallow. What I like to say when I'm teaching this to other groups is allowing the chakra to be the voice instead of using the voice to manipulate the chakra. It's not that there aren't practices sometimes where people will try to chant at a certain tone to manipulate a chakra, but within this particular practice, I want us to try not to do that. Instead, to just chant the seed syllables, keep our attention generally on that area, and just to notice what happens as we work up and as we work down. Also knowing that at any point, if you start to feel lightheaded or dizzy or even a little bit anxious about something, that you can take a break. Right? That you might even chant silently to yourself instead of out loud. Also know that as we chant, that your job is not to stay with me. Right? That your chant might be a little bit longer or a little bit shorter than mine, and that's fine. We'll start by finding a comfortable position, again, whether seated or lying, with whatever props it is that you might need. I'm going to invite you to close the eyes if that seems appropriate. And we'll spend the first few moments of this practice just feeling the breath. You may take a couple deep breaths, which would be fine. We're really beginning to bring our attention into this body. Maybe even feeling the area of the base of the spine and up to the top of the head. Just becoming familiar with the playground that we're about to move in. I'll ring the bell to signify the movement into the first chant. And so starting with the root chakra, the base of the pelvis, inhaling. Lam. Second chakra. Vam. third chakra. Ram. 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 Fourth chakra. Yam. Chanting into the area of the heart. Yam. 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 Fifth chakra. Hum. Hum. As you continue to chant, for some of you, noticing how simple it would be to keep chanting, but that the mind has drifted off somewhere else. Can you bring your attention back to the sound and the area of the body? Hum. Hum. Sixth chakra. Sham. 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 Seventh chakra. Om. 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 Sixth chakra. Fifth chakra. Hum. Fourth chakra. Third chakra. Second chakra. First chakra. Lung. long, long, and one more time. Long, and then just taking a moment to notice and to feel sensations in the body, any thinking, opinions, or maybe even noticing not a lot of thinking. And take a deep breath in. Slow breath out. Deep breath in. Slow breath out. Begin to wake up the body slowly. Whatever movement you need. And again, in time, softly opening the eyes and gradually taking in your surroundings. I like to call this technique the warm bath. For me in my own life, although I have a specific practice that I usually do, knowing that I tend to sit more in the Zen camps, that there are certain days when, for me, Zen practice doesn't feel so appropriate, and that I just need to de-stress and relax and let go of some stuff. And so for me, I've kind of developed this technique, chanting up, chanting down, keeping a focus on the area of the body and the sound or the feeling of the chant without trying to manipulate things too much. And then for me, whenever I finish this particular technique, it feels like I've had a warm bath. I feel renewed and rejuvenated and calm and receptive. And so I encourage you to use this whenever you need to. And if you don't have this video on hand or an app with a timer that you can set, what I'll tend to do is to use my fingers to count. And so know that about 6 repetitions is generally a minute, depending on how long or how short your chants are. And so we might count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then you would go to the next chakra, back to the pinky finger again, count your way up to the tip, and then do the same thing for the ring. So that you can use the fingers as a counter when you don't have this particular video available or a timer on you and you still want to practice this. I really hope you enjoyed this technique. I hope that you also consider it to be a warm bath. We'll finish again by bringing hands to heart center, bowing head to heart, and closing with one bow. Thank you.